and good morning student here in this YouTube channel initiated by Gnan Manjari Modern School. This is English period and we are going to start unit number 5, that is the summit within. Before we go for this unit, I would like to tell you something about this unit. This unit is about we can say that this unit is a motivational story. How one person can persistently, without any doubt or just how a person overcome his fear. The person here, Ahluwalia, has just climbed the Everest. And this is a story of that person who just climbed Everest with determination, with hard work and without losing hope. So this will help you to build your confidence too. That's why I have told you that this is a motivational story. So let's see. See, we have many popular person like that, like Mr. Ahluwalia, who just completed their dreams. We have this Kalpana Chawla. We can say that she was the role model for everyone. She worked very hard in her field, and we have this Abdul Kalam. His life was also full of struggle, but he didn't just lose his determination and his confidence, and because of that he just got whatever he wanted to just achieve. So this way this story will give you the motivation and how we should not just lose our faith, lose our hope in such circumstances. That will be achieved, or that will you just know in this story. So please keep a book with you and let's start unit number 5, the summit within. Okay, before we go for this unit, the summit within, I would like to, yes, sorry for the disturbance, students. Before we go for this, we should know that what is summit, means actually what the summit word mean is here. So summit means top, the highest part. So it is sometimes what happen, it is very easy to just overcome the fear, that outer fear. It is very easy to climb the mountain. But what about those fear which are there in our internal, means which are there in inner part of our body, which are there in our soul, which are there in our heart. So how to overcome that fear, how to just complete our dream, that is the story about. Before we go for the actual unit, let's see this before you read session. Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. So it was a 1965 time, and Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia, he was the member of that first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest. Means there were many members who just climbed Mount Everest in 1965, but Major Ahluwalia was one of them. How did he feel when he stood on the highest point in the world and finally he succeeded in climbing that mountain? So what was his feeling at the time of climbing mountain? How did he feel? That the story is about. Let us hear his story in his words, climbing the summit and then the more difficult task of climbing the summit within. See, sometimes it is very easy to climb the summit, means sometimes it is very easy to climb even Everest, but the summit which is there within us, the fear which is there within us, that is the most difficult time sometimes to just overcome that fear which are there in our heart. So here the story is about that, how to climb Everest and how to overcome that fear which are there in our mind and in our heart. That is the story about. Let's start it. Page number 75, paragraph number 1. Of all the emotions which surged through me as I stood on the summit of Everest, looking over miles of panorama below us, the dominant one I think was humility. So I means here Mr. Ahluwalia. He was telling us the experience of his when he just climbed the mountain. So all of the emotions which surged through me, surge means aroused suddenly and intensely. So all the emotion which just aroused in me as I stood on the summit. So he was talking about that time when he was just standing at the summit of Everest, and he was talking about the emotions he was feeling at that time. Looking over miles of panorama below us. Panorama means view of wide area. So he was looking at that time that below area, that wide area, as he was there on the peak of that Everest. The dominant one I think was humility, and the emotion which was dominating at that time in Mr. Ahluwalia's mind is humility. Dominant means commanding, it means commanding. Second we have humility. And it means humility means modesty, down to earthness, humbleness, so in this first 3 lines he was talking about the emotions which he just was feeling at the time of climbing Everest. When he was standing at the highest peak of the Everest, at that time the emotion which was there in his mind and heart was humility. Means he was so humble, he was so down to earth, and he was so modest. This can be found rarely. Means imagine just the person who just climbed the Everest, and that person was that much modest, that was nearly impossible. So here that Ahluwalia was talking that I was feeling down to earth feeling emotions at the time of climbing Everest. The physical in me seemed to say, thank God it's all over. Physical and mental, both the emotions were different at the time of climbing summit for Mr. Ahluwalia. Physically, he was telling that thank God it's over. It's over means thank God it's over to climb the mountain. That Everest. However, instead of being jubilant, there was a tinge of sadness. Jubilant means very happy because of success. he should have been happy at that time, but instead of being jubilant, there was a tinge of sadness. Tinge means trace or shade. See, the person who just, generally it is seen that the person who just overcome or just complete his dream, that person is very happy. But here Mr. Ahluwalia was not happy. Instead of being happy, he was sad. Means he was feeling sadness. Sadness for what? Was it because I had already done the ultimate in climbing and there would be nothing higher to climb and all roads thereafter would land down? Because he thought that now that was the ultimate goal. Means now, see, climbing Everest is the ultimate goal for anyone's life. So that's why he was just feeling a sadness that now what, next what? That next step he couldn't have at that time. And that's why he was feeling that pinch or trace, that tinge of sadness. Students, you just note down these 7 words. After that we'll go for second paragraph. Please note down. Second paragraph. By climbing the summit of Everest, you are overwhelmed by a deep sense of joy and thankfulness. So it is common for each and every person. If we climb the Everest, we will be very much happy. We will be overwhelmed with the happiness and joy. Overwhelmed means overpower. So a person should have that sense of joy and sense of deep thankfulness if that person has already climbed that mountain Everest. It is a joy which lasts a lifetime. The experience changes you completely. The man who has been to the mountains is never the same again. Very meaningful line it is. See, after getting that much big success, a person will completely be changed. The man who has been to the mountain is never the same again. Means once you just start climbing mountain, and when you just return back from the mountain, there will be change in you. You will not find the same person of you in that journey. As I look back at life after climbing Everest, I cannot help remarking about the other summit, the summit of the mind, no less formidable and no easier to climb. So now he's telling that he just completed that goal of climbing Everest. I cannot help remarking about the other summits. So now all other summits were just tiny for him. The summit of the mind no less formidable and no easier to climb. But summit of the mind means he was talking about the fear he was feeling at the time of completing his goal. So those summits were not easier to climb, and not less than formidable. Formidable means causing fear, fearful, fright. These three meanings we have for formidable. It is causing fear, fearful, and frightful. So he is telling that to overcome that fear of the mind is not easy. Turn the page, student. Even when getting down from the summit, once the physical exhaustion had gone, I began asking myself the question why I had climbed Everest. So, of course, it was physical exhaustion. Exhaustion means fatigue or tiredness. Means he was talking that of course he was tired, he was exhausted. I began asking myself the question why I had climbed the Everest. So he just started asking question to himself that why did he just climb this Everest? Why did the act of reaching the summit have such a hold on my imagination? And he was asking that why this dream of climbing Everest was there in his mind. Hold on means to maintain, or we can say a grasp. So means he was asking that why that dream just was there continuously in his mind, why he was just holding that dream in his mind, in his imagination. It was already a thing of the past, something done yesterday. With every passing day, it would become more remote. And then what would remain? Would my memories fade slowly away? So he was talking about the thing. See, he's telling that this feeling of climbing Everest has already done. So in near future, he would just this memory would just fade away from his mind. What would remain? Then if this memory would fade away from his mind, then what would remain? What would be there in his mind? What would remain? Those questions he is continuously asking to himself. See, here we have that picture of Mr. Ahluwalia. All these thoughts led me to question myself as to why people climb mountains. And after these all questions, these questions led him to the most biggest, or we can say the biggest question, that why people climb mountains. It is not easy to answer the question. The simplest answer would be, as others have said, because it is there. So if he is telling that if he asks this question that why people climb mountain, so answer could be it's not easy to answer, but the simplest answer would be, others have said that because it is there, means because the dream is there, because that mountain is there, they want to just climb that mountain. It presents great difficulties. Man takes delight in overcoming obstacles. The obstacle in climbing a mountain are physical. See, it's not easy task to climb mountain like Everest. There are many obstacles, and here I am talking about those physical obstacles. Sometimes what happen, our health doesn't cooperate with us. Sometimes that atmosphere of the that area just doesn't just suit to us. So this kind of physical obstacles are always there. The obstacle in climbing a mountain are physicals. A climb to a summit means endurance, persistence and willpower. But here Mr. Ahluwalia has different type of obstacle. He is not talking about that physical obstacle that all the person are having at the time of climbing mountain. He is talking about endurance, he is talking about persistence, he is talking about strong willpower, he is talking about determination. And very rare people have this kind of qualities, this kind of thing in their mind and within them. The demonstration of this physical quality is no doubt exhilarating, as it was for me also. Endurance means continuousness. Exhilarating it means it is given student very exciting. So he is telling that the demonstration of this physical quality is no doubt exhilarating as it was for me. So demonstrating this physical quality and demonstrating to overcome this physical obstacle is very much exciting for Mr. Ahluwalia. I have a more personal answer to the questions. So his answers are different here. These questions which we discussed in this above paragraph, the answers for these questions are different for Mr. Ahluwalia. From my childhood, I have been attracted by mountains. See, the common answer was because it is there. But for Mr. Ahluwalia, these answers are not same. Answers are different. Now he was talking about his childhood days. From my childhood, I have been attracted by mountain. Means he just loved mountains. He was attracted by mountains. I had been miserable, lost when away from mountain. So when he was just away from mountain, when he was when he just couldn't see the mountain, at that time his situation was not happy. Means he was miserable. Miserable means depressive, or you can say cheerless. Number 14 is he was not happy when he didn't see mountain around himself. It means mountain was just a source of happiness for Mr. Ahluwalia. Mountains are nature at its best. Their beauty and majesty pose a great challenge. And like many, I believe that mountains are a means of communion with God. For him, mountain means majesty, powerful, royalty. For him, mountains are a means of communion with God. Communion means state or feeling of close relationship. For him, mountain means mountain gives him the pleasure that he has that relationship with God. Students, you just note down these 14 words. After that, I'll give you more. Majesty means royalty and communion means state or feeling of close relationship. And here he is talking about that mountain means, for him mountain means God. When he see mountains at that time, he feels that he is talking with God, and he has a strong relationship with God. He feels like that when he just sees mountain. Okay, students. I think we have to stop here, students. Remaining story will discuss in next video. Let me give you homework. You have to write this 16 new words in your homework. Okay, we'll meet again in next video with this interesting story. Till then, thank you.